नमस्कार नमस्कार नमस्कार। जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र, जय भवानी, जय शिवाजी। मेरा नाम है राजीव कुमार बजाज JNRKB और मैं हूं इस वक्त एडवोकेट प्रदीप डांबिया जी के साथ। प्रदीप जी नमस्कार।
नमस्कार सर, नमस्कार।
जय भारत, वंदे मातरम।
वंदे मातरम।
और प्रदीप जी और मैं इस वक्त है नेशन नाउ पर। नेशन नाउ है हमेशा आपके साथ, और अगर नेशन नाउ को आपने अभी तक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो ज़रूर करें, कमेंट्स अपने ज़रूर भेजें और देखते रहें हमें नेशन नाउ पर। नेशन नाउ वो चैनल है जो हमेशा आपके साथ है। प्रदीप जी, सो न्यू पार्लियामेंट
यस,
ऑन द 19th। 19 तारीख को नए पार्लियामेंट बिल्डिंग में सब लोग जाएंगे और नए पार्लियामेंट की नए संसद भवन का असली उद्घाटन अब होगा।
एग्जैक्टली।
पहले तो उद्घाटन हो गया जो भी होना था, लेकिन असली उद्घाटन अब होगा जब पहला सेशन नए पार्लियामेंट हाउस में होगा। आई होप
एक्चुअल प्रोसीडिंग्स।
yes, I hope this parliament is as lucky as the previous one. Previous one was also very good for India. I hope this one is as good, if not better.
I mean, over the past one month, or you can say 1 week, all good events have been happening where India is concerned.
Yes.
Talk about cricket, we have been winning there. You had the moon landing, you had successful moon landing.
You are a successful sun probe,
Yes.
which is on the way towards the sun. Fantastic.
Bilkul.
In sports also we've done pretty well.
Exactly.
We won the Hockey Fives international tournament.
Yes,
We've,
yes.
We won the Asia Cup in hockey. We Neeraj Chopra won the first gold medal for India in the World Athletics Championships. Fantastic, absolutely
So
fantastic.
this phase seems to be very extremely good for India.
Yes, and of course the G20 summit. The BJP is celebrating the G20 summit all over Delhi as if it's a huge event. They're celebrating it as a victory. Now let's ask Mr. Ali Darwala, what is the victory? Ali Darwala साहब भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ के हम हमारे साथ हैं इस वक्त। अली दारवाला साहब नमस्कार।
नमस्कार बजाज सर, प्रदीप सर, बहुत बहुत दिन के बाद आपके शो पर मैं
नमस्कार सर। सर, you are a very busy man. We were told you are a very busy man.
Seeing you for a long time.
The party has given you lots and lots of responsibilities, and we were told you are not free. So Ali Darwala sahab,
I'm here with you, Rajiv sir.
right, Ali Darwala sahab. So what have we won in the G20 conclave which was just held? BJP is celebrating.
Yes, summing it up in two simple words, Vasudhaiva Kutumba. We came up with this narrative a year and a half, 2 years back, when everybody did not even have an iota of what Honorable Narendra Modi ji is saying. Now it has come into the dream has come into a reality. One nation, one race, one people is what we had said, and Honorable Prime Minister has been able to bring everybody on the common platform, and not a single of the agendas that were placed by the Prime Minister has been opposed. Each and every agenda has been accepted, and there was no opposition or any virod of any kind to what the Honorable Prime Minister.
You know, one of the biggest takeaways.
Now you know.
Yes.
What is it?
One of the biggest takeaways from the G20 summit, very frankly speaking, was the India's boat and rail initiative, as opposed to China's belt and road initiative. Spice route versus silk route, and the spice route seems to be winning. Is the old spice route being resurrected right from here to Iran, from Iran to the Middle East,
European nations,
to the United Arab Emirates, to Saudi Arabia,
yes,
and to Europe,
yes,
which is fantastic.
Yes, you're following it, yeah.
So what do you think? How do you think that's going to change the Indian economy? How do you think it's going to affect everybody all around?
See, no offense to any country, but what the Honorable Prime Minister came up and what we have been working on, the Foreign Ministry, the route that you described, you have very well studied the route, how it starts from India, how it goes across to the sea, then on the land, then again onto the sea, and where it ends in the end has covered 2/3 of the continent, has been covered, and the import and export that is going to take place through this route is going to make India a global producer and a global exporter of the Indian made in. If you see, Rajiv sir, if you just see systematically how what we started 9 years back, everything had an agenda. Everything that we said was made in India, digital India, whatever flagship programs, as I always keep saying, we have got an end solution, and you can see that we have come up with a proper solution, and it has been delivered. Now, made in India, after made in India, we are going to talk about distributing. हम लोग ये यहाँ पर we are not importers anymore, we are exporters, and how we have realized our dream systematically, slowly, but we have achieved in this now saal, be-misal, and everything is shaping up, and the Indian citizens, the business forum are going to see the light of the day.
And the best part is that that both MBZ and MBS, they have both supported the Indian boat and rail initiative, as well as the Americans, and as well as the Germans, the French. They are totally and completely with us. And by the way, one more good news as far as India is concerned: the first C295 aircraft manufactured by Airbus has just been received by the Indian Air Force, which is absolutely fantastic. Just this morning, the C295 landed from Spain, so that's another plus, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, everybody else is saying, the rest of the opposition, and everybody wants to know, I'm sure so do you, so does everybody, what's in it for us, what's in it for the common man? Is the LPG gas cylinder price going to come down? Are the petrol and diesel prices going to come down? Do we get jobs? Is unemployment going to come down? Will manufacturing and industry get a bigger boost? What is going to happen? Please explain. Ali Darwala sir.
See, Rajiv sir, if you are aware of it, the domestic gas which was given to the benefit transfer scheme to the Ujjwala, already gas has been rolled down by 400 rupees. People are benefiting. We are expecting a very soon reduction in petrol and diesel prices. Just 2 days back, Rajiv sir, Hardeep Puri sir has called in all the oil companies, and I've told them to now seriously take it as to where rollback can be done and how a cushioning can be given to the common citizens. As I've been telling you on your show for the last 2.5, 3 months, we are in a process of giving relief to the people in the country as far as petrol and diesel prices are concerned, and very soon you'll see something. Oil companies are working, and they're working seriously on reducing and on the reduction of petrol diesel prices.
But I mean, Darwala Sahab, BJP is talking about economic integration, the G20 success, 4 to 5 continents, the belt, as we already discussed. US, Europe, Africa, Middle East and India, they're all going to benefit. You're talking about great achievements of Mr. Modi. But Rahul Gandhi at the same time was out of the country. He was in Belgium and he says, Loktantra fir khatre mein. He said, Loktantra khatre mein hai, and only Congress can save democracy. The BJP-led government is hitting at institutions. They're trying to, totally shake the foundations of institutions. That is a dictatorial approach, and Congress will see that they will protect them. Then he talked about Gandhi's India and Godse's India. So all these kinds of talk was going on when the G20 summit was going on here. And then Priyanka Gandhi saying, Inka G20, Inka G20. Now how do you see this, that disconnect of the Congress to the G20 achievements?
Pradeep sir, answering to a question about what this brother-sister do are saying and how they are spreading the negativity and Inca G20 as though they have got nothing to do with this. Exactly, that is what I wanted to ask. Are they from some other country or what? They do not consider themselves as a part of this country. It is really shameful. Rahul Gandhi on the other side, when our Prime Minister is getting everybody on board on the same platform and everybody is hugging and embracing him, and on the same length and breadth where they are called the democracy, the mother of democracy, the country. Over here you are saying the democracy is threat. So it is so in dismay that people are saying that Rahul Gandhi has lost the plot. This can be the tagline as to the block India, for who Rahul Gandhi is one of the leaders who are spearheading. Udaynidhi Maran over here, the DMK son, Rahul Gandhi. This people who are leading this block itself is a prize catch for us. If these are the people who are going to lead the 2024 election for this alliance, whatever they call themselves, they are not sure about what they call themselves. They are heading to disaster and negative politics. Nakaratmak Rajkaran ab desh स्वीकार नहीं करेगा.
Darwala Sahab, Sonia Gandhi has entered the battlefield where the elections have come very close. Sonia Gandhi is trying to poke fingers at the BJP, saying you have not mentioned what is the agenda for the special parliamentary session being held. Sonia Gandhi writes a letter to PM and says, Mr. Modi, if you don't have an agenda, this is the agenda that I propose. Price rise, unemployment, falling incomes, farmers' issues, MSMEs being shut down, clean chit to China on the border issue, Bodani scam, Manipur constitutional breakdown. Darwala Sahib, Sonia Gandhi ji's allegations about the agenda not being there, and take these agenda. He said, these are the agenda I have proposed. A letter written by Sonia Gandhi to Prime Minister Modi. How do you see it, Darwala Sahib?
100% we welcome what Honorable Sonia Gandhi ma'am has said. She has a right, she is member of this constitution, she is elected constituent from her assembly, and these points do need to be taken into consideration. But what I would like to ask you, Pradeep, were these points just now that have they raised up, were these points not existing, prevailing in their regime? No problem. They couldn't address to it. They're having high expectations with the BJP government. NDA is here to deliver. We have taken this. It is well noted over here. We are going to come with facts and figures as far as employment is concerned. We have rolled out in each and every state. There are 60,000 to 70,000 government employees who have been given jobs. They have been called, and Honorable Prime Minister virtually are handing over the appointment letters to them, which seems to have passed their knowledge. No problem. Through your channel, I make it very clear. What happened? What happened to this India bloc? Where is TRS? Where is KCR? Where are these people? Why one people are disintegrating? Nitish Kumar has on the back foot. Mamata Banerjee is distancing herself from what the remarks the DMK son has made. We need to talk on that. We need to talk as to what this India bloc has an agenda. How will they come if they say they are going to fight an election against us? Why don't they show their roadmap? I'm not seeing any roadmap besides blaming.
No, but today I believe there was a meeting. There was a coordination committee meeting in Mr. Sharad Pawar's residence, where
exactly
they worked out.
Coordination committee meeting will be out till the results are declared. They will be only trying to coordinate because they do not have an agenda. They are not rolling out anything. They do not have a prime minister face. So Pradeepji, this is really a spectacular for the channels.
Yeah, but one other thing which people seem to have missed out in this great story of the India initiative, the India Middle East European corridor. One thing which people have missed out is Joe Biden said that the Belt and Road Initiative of China is actually a debt and news initiative, where China loans out money and has all these developing countries in its news, just like Pakistan. One of the reasons for Pakistan's collapse is the so-called China-Pakistan Economic Corridor.
Sri Lanka too.
CPEC, where the entire Pakistani economy has collapsed only because of the fact that they are having to pay huge amounts of interest to China on the loans that they have taken for their CPEC, which they thought would be a game changer for them, which is kind of terrible. So, which is why Biden is backing India on this particular thing. And the best part over here is, from India the thing goes to Iran, from Chabahar port we go straight to the Middle East, that is the United Arab Emirates, and from there to Saudi Arabia, to Israel, most importantly Israel, and then from Israel to Europe, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, one of the successes, how is the scheme successful, is known by the number of people who want to join it. I believe President Erdogan protested at the fact that why has Turkey not been included. Most importantly, I think there was a huge discussion with the Prime Minister as to why Turkey has not been included in this new initiative by India, which I think is fantastic. So why is there more talk about it? And by the way, the G7 nations, they have these 9 sovereign funds who have already said that they will finance this entire thing at less than 1% interest, which I think is absolutely awesome, Mr. Darwala.
Exactly, this is what it is. You see, we were considered amongst the 5 fragile. Just few years back, we were in the 5 fragile, and the U-turn has come. We are in the 5 emerging economies in the world. This is the turnaround. How did this turnaround happen? Did Rahul Gandhi miss this transition? Did the Sonia Gandhi government, did the UPA government miss what has happened? Do not they come up with people who are not seeing like Erdogan, who was very skeptical once upon a time, who are talking of a different language once upon a time, is talking of why are we not included into the initiative, as to everybody wants to now not only join, they want to jump into the train of success. And the train of success is Narendra Modi government. This G20, what we came up with, apparently I was also a small part of G20 in Pune, only for the city. In Maharashtra, I was handling G20 and the delegates that were over here. They were overwhelmed. They wanted to be part. India is so vibrant. Everybody wants to be part of this country and they want to be part of the success story. No one wants to be left out. So as we said, world order is beginning from India.
Pradeep ji.
You know, Darwala Sahab, Geeta Gopinath told during the G20, she is from the United Nations, she said India is going to be the third largest economy by 2028, that's probably she said. And then you had the World Economic Forum chief saying that India will very soon be a $10 trillion economy. I mean, when you have this kind of praises for Narendra Modi's leadership and India, where Bharat is going to take a quantum jump where development is concerned, will be among the developed nations. The Congress at the same time immediately says the thali, khane ka thali, 65% expensive ho gaya hai. 74% of the people in this country can't afford a nutritious diet food. So they are pointing about these things. How do you see? Is it so bad, the scenario? 74% of the population can't afford a nutritious meal. How do you see this? The charges the Congress is levying. Here you are talking about the world, congratulating India, how the phase of development, the fastest development, the country that is moving in huge strides. And here is Congress saying that 74% of the population can't afford a nutritious diet. That was sir.
Pradeep sir, noted, you repeated yourself 3 times, it's noted, and I'm so surprised as to Pradeep sir, where these people get these figures from. 74% people cannot afford a nutrition thali. Let me tell you one thing, in the COVID, not a single Indian went to bed hungry. Full world had collapsed, there was a standstill, but India was the only country, not a single Indian citizen went to bed hungry, and that schemes have been rolled out even today. Did you miss that, Pradeep sir?
Exactly.
Aren't we going to mention about what happened in COVID? Isn't it the fact? What are you talking about? Why everybody is praising the government? Why is everybody praising Narendra Modi government? Because over here, what are we manufacturing is भाईचारा. यहाँ पर हमने एक दूसरे का साथ दिया, कोविड में एक दूसरे का हाथ पकड़ा, जबकि अमेरिका यहाँ पे वेपन्स बना के इजराइल को, गाजा को, रशिया को, यूक्रेन को यहाँ पे weapons दे रहा है डिस्ट्रक्शन के लिए. And on the other hand, what our Prime Minister is doing is we are exporting, we are giving them vaccines, we are giving them food grains, we are helping them in their time of crisis. This is the difference. This is difference with this. I'm very particular about what I'm saying as to this sponsored agenda which they are running in this country. This toolkit will be exposed very soon. This false narrative will be exposed very soon. I can tell you on डंके का चोट, ये भारत देश में एक भी भारतीय नागरिक भूखा सोने नहीं जाता.
That was back in Maharashtra, Uddhav Thackeray ji जिस प्रकार से very the attack on Fadnavis, it is unlike, you've never seen this kind of loose talk and below the belt talk about Fadnavis. And then he goes on to say that तानाशाही के खिलाफ we are going to fight against तानाशाही, we are going to fight against भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ, मित्र परिवारवाद के खिलाफ लड़ेंगे. That is Uddhav Thackeray saying. Now how do you see, because BJP's Mr. Modi is the first one who said a fight is against परिवारवाद, fight is against तुष्टिकरण, fight is against भ्रष्टाचार. Why is Uddhav Thackeray repeating the same what Mr. Modi has said? How do you see that? Will the people believe him when he say that?
Pradeep sir, it is so disappointing to hear Honorable Uddhav Thackeray sir speaking in this manner. The other day he was saying there is an earthquake and he can feel the earthquake under his stage where he was standing and talking. Yes, 100% he is feeling the earthquake. His stage is shaking, and when a man who loses his power from in Marathi, Maharashtra, hota zhala, this is what has happened over here, and he is talking out of frustration. I really forgive him. I take his statement as a pinch of salt. When we are talking of development and we are talking of going ahead and we are talking of 10 trillion economy, so all these small things are really not important. I don't give any importance to what Honorable Uddhav Thackeray sir says, because he was once upon a time part of this organization. He has fought shoulder to shoulder. He has got us our Babri Masjid at the time. He was there shoulder to shoulder with us. But I can assure you, he is forgiven, and very soon, as I always say on your show, and I'm the only person who says on your show, he will be part of this government very soon. The day he realizes, it will not be late, and we will embrace him. We will welcome him with open arms.
Amazing.
Darwal Sahib, yes, sir. Manmohan Singh, as Bajaj Sahib in the other programs also talked about, Manmohan Singh, he praised Mr. Modi's Russia-Ukraine policy, former Prime Minister from the Congress. And if you see Omar Abdullah, he praised the very fact that security situation in Kashmir has improved. People can do business without fear. There is no fear of more terrorism like it existed earlier. So this gives proof to the very fact that Article 370 abrogation, as well as Mr. Modi's policies, foreign policies, are far beyond, it's praiseworthy. It is absolutely keeping in pace with time. And furthermore, now if former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh and Omar Abdullah is praising the current situation, how it is, how do you see the Congress still attacking every move by BJP, saying that BJP has failed the nation, nothing has happened? So how do you see this?
Pradeep sir, it is a job. As you come to the studio and do your debates, I come on the TV and I do my debates. Congress has to do something. They have to leave their house, have the shower, and come and do something. It is a part of their job. If they do not sit and criticize, and if they do not say anything, if they are not seeing Farooq Abdullah, Umar Abdullah coming and praising this government, are they sleeping? Are they gone off their head? 35A, when it came, Kashmir abrogation 370, this were the same people who were shouting as though Hamari Azadi Khatre mein hai. India is back on track. There are movies playing over there in the night. You are seeing life on the streets over there. What was happening for last 30 years. These are the people, I say with confidence, these are the people who kept Kashmir backward.
And what happened day before yesterday? Don't forget, Mr. Darwala.
Exactly, sir.
What happened day before yesterday in Srinagar? After the India-Pakistan match, there were about 10,000 people who came out of their houses to celebrate in Srinagar.
They were destroyed, sir. It's really very sad. Destroyed. There were 2 players who were injured. This is the might and strength of the country, and this is the confidence they have got after they are seeing the development around. You could see that full stadium echoing with Jana Gana Mana, and there were goosebumps on people's body. This is the spirit this nation is having. I'm telling you, Rajiv sir and Pradeep sir, we are heading. Let's keep our fingers crossed and pray that this man gets a longer life, because we want to be a superpower, and our currency has to be the best rated currency in the world.
Now over here, Mr. Darwala, since the special session of Parliament is going to be there from the 17th of the month, now on the 16th, I think...
18th to the 20th.
18th to the 20th, fine. On the 17th, a meeting has been called with the opposition. Just one day to prepare for the special session? Just one day, Mr. Darwala?
It is customary. If you see, there are preparations going around the world. People
no agenda distributed earlier.
G20 has
no notice distributed earlier, nothing. And the fact that on the 19th everybody is going to move to the new parliament.
Rajiv sir, everybody have been working day and night. They have been toiling for this G20. No one has gone home. It's just this 2-3 days they have gone back just to get a pack of clothes and get back. Everything will be on track. The 18th, the all-party meeting is going to be conveyed, and this has been welcomed. Let me tell you something, that this 18 to the 22, this session that is going to happen has been welcomed by all parties. All agendas will be discussed. Everything will be discussed threadbare. What is left out after the G20 will be discussed threadbare, and big reforms and good social reforms will be proved in this 4 days of the working session of the Parliament.
And the new Parliament building.
And the inauguration, of course, obviously in the new house.
On the 19th, everybody moves to the new Parliament on the 19th. तो यहाँ पर क्या लेके आ रहे हैं सर? क्या one nation one election या India will become Bharat? What will happen? आपके पास कोई अंदर की खबर है सर कोई?
It is anybody's guess. But whatever happening, Honorable Narendra Modi.
Sir, but it's a democracy.
This cabinet,
we should know about it.
Let's see what is it. It's not been distributed, as you said. It's not been distributed. It will be distributed.
So why the secrecy?
So it's been prepared because we have been working on several.
Are we planning to attack Pakistan occupied Kashmir? What are we planning to do? ऐसा कुछ कर रहे हैं क्या?
Nothing. Peace is what we are talking about. We are not planning anything of this sort. I can tell you that there is no negative agenda on the board.
Because General VK Singh said we don't need to attack anybody. They're joining us anyway. That's what he said.
110%. Yeah, whatever they were part of us. They are in very bad state. All our neighbors are in really bad shape. I hope and pray to God they too become a developed nation. They join us, and whatever we can do in our capacity to help them, we will.
So why the secrecy? Why the confidentiality of the agenda in Parliament? After all, Parliament is supposed to serve the nation, namely us, by the people, of the people, for the people. So why are the people being kept in the dark?
It is opening and it is going to be discussed. It's all going to be on the media. It is accessible to everybody. It is a routine and a regular working of the Parliament. The special session has been called for bills and discussion topics that have not been completed. We will complete this, and if, by the way, if there is last minute any points that needs to be discussed, they will be rolled out and it will be discussed.
And the opposition is also objecting to the new uniforms of the Parliament staff, sir. Parliament staff की जो नई यूनिफॉर्म है उस पे कमल के फूल लगे हुए हैं सर, तो people have said ये क्या है?
कमल का फूल तो G20 के इसके ऊपर भी था, पर उसका मतलब आपको समझाया था सर. It is the blooming and the glooming country, sir. It's got nothing to do with BJP. But if you consider us blooming and glooming, I think it's a pride, sir. What's wrong with it?
तो रोज लगा देते, पंडित जी लगा देते अपना गुलाब का फूल, तो पंडित जी का गुलाब का फूल लगा देते, मतलब कमल क्यों लगाने की जरूरत पड़ी?
गुलाब के फूल ने तो यहाँ लाके रख दिया सर हमारे को.
कहाँ लाके रख दिया सर? बहुत बढ़िया है, क्या बात कर रहे हो? Today we have been able to send Chandrayaan because it is Pandit Nehru who established ISRO. Let's be very clear. So yes, you can't really say that.
Chambers, now we are working on it, and this Nausal Be-Misal that is why I call this show Nausal Be-Misal, because actual work is happening. And there was a question, there was a joke, someone asked the child, when did India get independent? बोले 2014 में.
Sir, वो तो बीजेपी वाले वैसे ही कहते हैं sir.
Jairam Ramesh pointed out one thing, that Mr. Modi, whenever he speaks, he spoke in 2014, 2018, the G20 meets, he talked about economic offenders and how people should work, all the countries should work towards their extradition. Jairam Ramesh Mallikarjun Kharge further says that whatever Modi spoke earlier never really happened, and that showcased by Lalit Modi, Nirav Modi, Chokshi and Vijay Mallya. The biggest economic fugitives from India are still out of the country.
Good, very good.
Now, he says, so what Mr. Modi does in a G20, you know, it's not necessarily a successful result on that. How do you see Dalwara sir?
Correct. You asked me this question and I'm so proud to answer this. In a part of the G20, as I told you, I was a very small part of it. When the foreign delegates came and when the meeting started, they all said, we know, Honorable External Affairs Minister, what are you going to say? First thing he said, the point of discussion on the agenda was extradition. आप हमें मोदी कब दे रहे हो? आप हमें मालिया कब लौटा रहे हो? He said the meeting starts with this, and this is the first question the foreign delegates have to answer when the extradition treaty is not in order, as to when. But let me tell you one thing.
When?
It is moving. It is moving. Yes, it is moving faster than imagined, and very soon
from
we will have the
2015
people back, sir. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, it is moving. It is not here. It is overseas issue, and it is moving. And very soon, Rajiv sir, maybe on your show only, I will be able to declare.
Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I hope to be here to hear that announcement from you about Mr. Vijay Mallya coming back over here. Though very frankly speaking, I've still not been able to figure out what is the crime that Vijay Mallya has committed. But after all, if a business by the way, if a business goes bust, that does not mean that there is a scam. Business can go bust. ऐसी क्या बात है, sir? But anyway, thank you so much. But Nirav Modi, Mehul Choksi, that's a different issue altogether. Now that's a different kettle of fish. But Ali Darwala Sahab, thank you very much for joining us. It's been a great pleasure as always.
Thank you, Rajiv sir. Thank you, Pradeep sir. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.
Jai Bharat. Jai Bharat, sir. Jai Bharat.
Jai Bharat.
Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra, Jai Bhavani.
You are
Jai
so
Shivaji.
Enthusiastic and optimistic.
Yes.
The highest level we see on your face.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you, Pradeep sir. Thank you, Rajiv sir.
Wonderful, absolutely wonderful.